A new GOP bill could be worth thousands upon thousands of dollars for millions upon millions of families in the amounts of $2,800, $3,000, and even $4,200 multiplied by several times. Well, I have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up on the screen for you in just a minute so you can see exactly what they're talking about here, and I'll talk you through all the details as well and point out all of the important points because this is a piece of legislation, and remember, they are currently working on the reconciliation bill, which is this massive multi-trillion-dollar package, which is likely going to be passed here within the next couple months, and they could easily add this into it, which that's the plan, by the way, just saying. So just be prepared that this is likely going to be coming sooner than later. Now, I want to point something out really quickly before I put this article up on the screen for you, which is, I know a lot of you here in this community that watch the videos here on this channel are maybe seniors, people with disabilities, Social Security beneficiaries, maybe retirees, maybe retirement, survivors, spousal, SSDI, SSI, VA beneficiaries, RRB beneficiaries, low-income individuals. I just want to say this much. If this does not directly apply to you, hang tight for a second because what may come out of this could be some really good things for you as well, okay? So when I pop this up on the screen and you think, oh man, come on, it doesn't even include me. Hang out for a second because I'm going to talk through some other details because when we see proposals like this come up, there's often other discussion that comes up as well, okay? All right, anyway, let's pop this up on the screen right here, right now. Here is the article. You can kind of scan through it, and I'll talk you through the details. Now, it is the Family First Act. That is the name of the legislation proposed by Republican lawmakers, okay? Now, what do they want to do with this? I'm going to tell you the details really quickly, and then I'll share with you exactly some of the other details as far as seniors, retirees, fixed income beneficiaries, and other low-income individuals that may not qualify for this. But the Family First Act, again, talked about here in this article that I have popped up for you. They want to increase the child tax credit payment. Now, hang out with me for a second here, but here's the situation. Right now, the child tax credit is significantly lower than the dollar amounts they're proposing. So here's what they want to do. They want to raise the child tax credit payment up to $4,200 for those kids or children under the age of 6 years old. So basically, 5 and under would be worth $4,200 per child. It's a lot of money, which, by the way, you can have up to 6 kids that they would pay this thing out on. So if you had somehow 6 kids under the age of 6 years old, which I guess it could be done, probably not all that realistic, but I mean, it certainly could be done. You could be looking at like $25,000. It'd be nuts, right? Anyway, more on that in just a minute. Okay, but then they have $3,000 for those children that are older, aged 6 and over, and then they also added another little nuance into this as well, where pregnant women could also be getting $2,800 starting at 20 weeks of pregnancy. That's incredible, right? Now, here's what else they would do. They would index this to inflation. Remember, the current child tax credit payments that are out there right now, they're not indexed to inflation. They just sit there until they change them. They have not changed them, and they don't change, right? But these would be indexed to inflation. Now, here's another really key part about this. They would be 100% refundable, okay? Now, how the current child tax credit payments work right now, they're not fully refundable. So they only refund a portion of that. What I mean by that is if somebody claims the child tax credit payment, let's just say that their income is zeroed out, they would only be able to cash out a portion of it, not the whole thing. Well, in this case, with this proposal that they're saying, these would be 100% refundable. In other words, if somebody's income is zeroed out, they would still get all that cash in the form of a refund check. Incredible, like I said, and this would be up to 6 children in which they could do this for as far as the child tax credit payment. So, I mean, depending on how many kids somebody has, we could be looking at a significant amount of money. Like I said, if somebody somehow happened to have 6 kids under the age of 6 years old, again, it could be done, but probably not very common. They could get about $25,000 with this. Could you imagine that? That'd be crazy, right? All right, so anyway, this is one of the proposals out there, the Family First Act, okay? Now, I just want to throw this out there really quickly as well. There are other discussions out right now, which I've seen lately here over the last few days, which is they've talked about implementing a $5,000 payment for mothers, new babies. Okay, so that's interesting, and they've had similar topics like this before, but this has been up for discussion that people have been talking about here just the last few days. Okay. Now let's transition into some of the other information that I wanted to share with you, which is, at the beginning of this video, I said, hey, I totally recognize a lot of you that are here in this community that watch these videos, seniors, fixed income beneficiaries, Social Security beneficiaries, again, SSDI, SSI, retirees, spousal, survivors beneficiaries, VA beneficiaries. First off, thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate all of you. We've got to stick together right now. And by the way, if you're new here, if you've not done so yet, please consider subscribing. Big subscribe button down below. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. But here's what I want to point out for you. Anytime that we see proposals like this popping up, okay, anytime, seriously, anytime that we see lawmakers come forward with a new piece of legislation or discussing, hey, let's raise the child tax credit payment, what do we usually see during that same time? I've mentioned this before in other videos. Here's what we usually see at that same time. We see a bunch of other people, me included. I love to jump on this bandwagon because why not get some attention behind it? But generally when we see this introduction, again, of raising the child tax credit payment, whatever it happens to be, we usually get a number of people that come out and suggest, what about seniors? What about what about adults? What about people that have adult children that are low-income people? Should we maybe implement an adult check for them as well? Should we expand the EITC, which stands for Earned Income Tax Credit, which, by the way, that's been in the headlines lately as well. They want to remove the age parameters on that as well, so stand by for that. That could be huge for a lot of lower-income adults as well. But my point being is that when we see these proposals that come out like this to raise the child tax credit payments, generally, shortly thereafter, we see all this discussion of, we've got to implement an advanced payment for lower income adults. We need to do something for lower income adults who maybe are, seniors or somebody like that, living on a fixed income, who maybe have kids, but their kids are like 35 or 40 or 45. I mean, they're grown adults, right? So they obviously would not be qualified for a child tax credit payment. So that's what we usually see during these times. My point being with this is, hang tight. You might have looked at this proposal here and think, forget that. They forgot about us. We don't like this. This is a terrible plan. We don't like this at all. Hey, I'm kind of right there with you, right? It'd be good for a lot of people. But let's look at the big picture here, which is, rather than just looking at this proposal and think, man, that's too bad. Doesn't include me at all. I don't know what I'm going to do. They're going to hand out all this free money to all these kinds of people. But again, they're leaving out seniors and fixed income. Okay, we could look at it that way, or we could look at it as, awesome, sweet. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's send out some money. Let's approve this Family First Act. Let's get a bunch of money for families. And then, hey, what about seniors? What about people with disabilities? What about fixed income beneficiaries? What about people living on a fixed income who are adults, who have adult kids that are low income that would otherwise qualify, but their kids are 35 or 40 or 45 or 50, you know what I mean? And they're grown adults who are not qualified for this and probably have kids of their own, honestly, right? So anyway, that's what may come out of this. Now, again, I don't want to promise anything. I don't know what's going to happen. All I'm saying is that that's what we've seen over the last few years here. When we see the introduction of a new piece of legislation, this big, great idea to enhance the child tax credit payment, we generally see those other discussions coming out saying, hey, adult checks now. Oh, by the way, advanced adult checks as well. When I say advanced, by the way, what I mean by that, let me give you a quick example. Back in 2021, in fact, the second half of 2021, after the American Rescue Plan was passed in March of 2021, it was the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Within there, they had the advanced child tax credit payments. They were literally sending out $422 ongoing monthly checks, by the way. The reason I say 422, that was the average monthly payment for the roughly, I think it was like 38 million households that were getting them. But they were sending out ongoing monthly checks for 6 months, July through December of 2021. They sent out these monthly payments to about 38 million households. Every single month, these people that were qualified for the child tax credit payment got a deposit, got these checks right into their bank accounts for 6 months. And then the beginning of 2022, when these 38 million households filed their tax return on the behalf of 2021, they claimed the other half of the child tax credit payment, and they got another massive lump sum payment. So they got a lot of money. That's what I mean by advanced payments, is that they get it in monthly stipends. So let's just say I'm just going to make a number for example here. Let's just say it's $6,000, right? That would be divided out on a monthly basis and distributed over the course of the entire year, right? Does that kind of make sense? So anyway, in monthly payments, right, to make up for that full amount. Okay, so anyway, that's what that's all about. I'll keep you posted as we get more information, but let's just see what's happening here. But these are some big numbers. I'm going to be real with you. $2,800, $3,000, and $4,200. That's incredible. Now, one more thing I want to point out super fast as well, okay? I know this is the case for some of you here in this community. Certainly not everybody, but I do know that this is the case. Let's say that you are a grandparent and you are the, what's the word I'm looking for? Guardian. Okay, for some reason I couldn't think of that word. Sorry about that. Okay, let's just say that you are the legal guardian of your grandchild, and you would claim that child on a tax return as you're the legal guardian, right? So not just like you're not just watching the kid for a few hours a day while the parents are at work. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you are the legal guardian of that grandchild. And again, I know this is the fact for some of you here in this community. Obviously, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not professional or legal advice in any way, shape, or form. I don't know your exact situation, but in that situation, you would probably qualify for this. Reason being is it's based on who would claim that child on their tax return. That's what it comes down to. Generally, it's the parent. I mean, in most cases, it's the parent. But if it is a legal guardian, as in a grandparent, because the parents are, not the legal parent or the legal guardian or whatever of the situation, then the grandparent could possibly be eligible for all of this wad of cash, okay? Obviously, that is not tax advice in any way, shape, or form. I don't know your situation. All I'm saying is that could be another little silver lining for a lot of people, grandparents who legally are guardians of their grandchildren, okay? Anyway, I'll keep you posted on all this. So again, if you are new here, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing. I truly appreciate it. Big subscribe button down below. Otherwise, you know the drill, right? Check it out right here. See that phone number? Hey, if you need any help with your Medicare, again, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you're moving across state lines or county lines, if any of that applies, please call them right here. You got the phone number right here. Write that down. Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Call them. It is 100% free. They will go to work immediately, diligently working on your behalf to find you the best plan with the best pricing, with the best coverages for you and your personal needs, so you can see the doctors you want, go to the offices, the clinics you want to go to, be within the networks you want to be within, getting prescription coverages if you need any at all, whatever it happens to be. They will find you the best options. They'll present you those options, and they'll help you navigate all of this. And again, whether it's traditional Medicare with a Medicare supplement, otherwise known as Medigap plan, a Part D plan, maybe Medicare Advantage if that's the route that you want to go, they have access to over 20,000 plans. They're helping seniors every single day. And I can tell you this much. They've already helped well over 1,000 of you here in this community, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you saving a lot of money. I've seen the numbers, I've seen the comments, I've seen the testimonials. It's incredible how much money those of you are here in the saving, okay, in this community, which, by the way, the average senior that they are helping is saving $1,100. Obviously, that's not guaranteed, but that's the average savings for the seniors they're working with. That's incredible. That is real money that we all need right now. Anyway, please, again, write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot. Here you go, right there. Take that number down, give them a call. They're waiting to talk to you, and they'll be incredibly helpful. I think you'll be very, very impressed with the information that they give you. And again, it's 100% free to do so. Also, let me ask a huge favor. Who do you know that needs that information? Maybe they're turning 65, maybe they're retiring, whatever the situation is, please share that phone number with them. Again, just think of a few people, 1, 2, 3 people. I know you know a few people. I certainly do, right? My aunts and uncles. Yeah, I've been texting some of them. Hey, when are you turning 65? Here's a phone number. Call them, right? I was just texting my aunt the other day and going at her because she's turning 65 very soon. But anyway, please share that phone number with them. Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, aunts and uncles, parents, anybody like that. Please go ahead and share that with them. Truly appreciate it. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so, again, please subscribe, 100% free. Otherwise, check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen here in just a second. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, please have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video.